I'm going to be showing you how to put a face in an orange. I'm going to show you like the easiest, quickest way to do this. With Photoshop, you can always get as complex as you want, but I'm just going to show you an easy way that you can do this in like 10 or 15 minutes. Alright, so there's my face. I'm going to put my face into this orange. I'm going to get something similar to that right there. To try to get the beard, it's going to take a little longer, so I'm going to show you just how to do it, just with the mouth and the eyes. First, what you want to do is use this pen tool. If you hover over the tools, sometimes it'll pop up with the description like that says horizontal type tool. There, alright, so now it's showing you that's the pen tool. And you want, if you hold it down, you've got a lot of different options, but you just want the normal pen tool. You want to make a selection around the eyes. It doesn't have to be perfect. Just make a quick selection. I think the eyebrows make it pretty funny, so you can include the eyebrows if you want, but you don't have to. Alright, once you have the completed circle, up here you'll have to click next to make the selection. If you want to feather it a few pixels, you can. And then I think it'll let you make another selection. So we can go ahead and select the other eye. Again, go up here to make selection. Feather radius 3, doesn't really matter. Unfortunately that took away the old selection, so we'll just do one eye at a time. I'm on a Mac, so I'm going to hit Command C. If you're on a PC though, you'd hit Control C to copy. Go over to the orange, just Command V, pasted it. Go back over here, make a selection for the other eye. Make selection. Then Control C. I'm doing this for a photography class I'm teaching for the first time, so you guys will be using a PC. You'll hit Control C, and then Command V to paste. You want to come up here to the arrow. You scroll over it, it should say move. There we go, move tool. You can use that and move the eyes around. And like right now, it's hard for me to click on the other eye to move it around. So I can come over here to the layers and click on the other layer. It is always a good idea to name these, so when you have a whole bunch of layers, it can be easy to click on whatever you want. So to figure out which layer this is, I can click the little eyeball and it'll hide it and then show it. So we'll call this right eye. If you click on it once, maybe double click. Alright, double click, right eye. Double click down here, left eye. Alright, let's go back and get the mouth. And to make it a little quicker this time, we're not going to worry about trying to get the beard. Where'd the pencil go? There we go. Alright. So I'm probably going to have a few hairs in there, but we're already trying to make a goofy picture anyway, so a few stray beard hairs won't matter too much. Alright, now I'm going to go back up here to make selection. Control C. Control V to paste it. And all these different layers are basically like sheets of paper. So the background's at the bottom. The lower layer is at the bottom. The higher layers are at the top. So I can't see my mouth right now. Okay, now I can. But if it was Like right there, right now I can't see part of my mouth, and that's because the right eye layer is on top of this layer that I should probably name mouth. Double click mouth. So I'll go ahead and drag the mouth to the top so that I can see it and move it around to where I want. There we go. And alright, I've got the pen tool selected, so to move it I gotta go over here. Drag the mouth down. And it looks kind of weird right there. To make it funnier, I'm going to make it a little bit bigger. So you can hit Control T to transform it, and you can make it big. If you really want to get funny with it, you can. There's a lot of different kinds of transforms. So you go to Edit, Transform. Warp is one that I like because it's really, really easy. You can literally just drag it around and make it whatever you want. If I can do like really big mouth. That looks a little maybe too extreme. I can go up to my history, and it should let me undo some of the things I just did. Actually, because I haven't hit enter yet, it's not going to let me. If I hit enter, then it'll process it, and I don't want to do that, so I'm going to go back over here. Click back on it. I won't worry about warping it, I'll just stretch it out a little bit. Alright, so we've got our three main elements, but it still doesn't look all that great. What we want to do now, let me go back over here and see what I did. Alright, I'm going to put I'm going to double click this so it'll let me drag it around. I'm going to bring it up to the top. And you could leave the orange at the bottom, but it would just take a lot longer. It might look a little bit better once you got it perfectly, but a simple way to do it is just bring essentially your background up to the top, add a mask to it, and then you want to click on the brush, and you want the black to be on top over here. And then what you're going to do is just delete the part of the orange that you want the eyes to pop through. So right now the orange is on top of everything, so you can't see anything except for the orange. But I'm going to delete part of the orange layer so that the eyes that are underneath it will come through. So I'm going to go ahead and change my opacity to 100%. Zoom in a little bit if I can. Alright, on a Mac I can hit Command plus to zoom in. I assume on a PC it'd be Control plus. And oops. Alright, and the left and right brackets will make this the brush bigger or smaller. So there's brackets like to the right of the letter P, and you can hit those to make it bigger and smaller. Alright, I can go ahead and do both eyes. Alright, the next thing, now I'm going to change the opacity, or actually, yeah, let's drop the opacity down 30%, make this a little smaller, the brush, and then I'll go around the eye, and the kind of shadow we're making it will make it look more 3D and make it look better. And because our opacity, we dropped down to 31%, it'll kind of blend into the rest of the orange pretty well. Make it look somewhat realistic. Alright, now I'm going to take my opacity back up to about 70-80% to get the eyebrows. That was really probably too big. Alright, and get the other eyebrow. Alright. Now the only thing I don't like about this is you can kind of see my pink skin tone coming through the orange. So the nice thing about using a mask is I can go back here and just switch it, and now basically I will um, I can basically take my eyebrow back out. So what it's doing is where I told the mask to delete part of the orange, now I'm saying don't delete it, show the orange. But that's too much. I want to change the opacity down to maybe somewhere around 15-20%. And go over it just to where it still looks kind of orange, where you don't see the pink skin tone coming through. Over here you can see my skin tone coming through too much. I want that to be orange. So, looks a little more orangey now. Should make it look a little bit more natural. Make it look like my face is really part of an orange. Alright, now I need to do the mouth as well, so I'm going to change my opacity back up to about 100%. Yeah, I can go and do 100%. And I gotta switch this back to black, so I'm telling the mask to delete this part of the orange, and my mouth will show through. And if you don't have a beard, this is probably going to look better. It looks a little weird with my beard hairs coming through, but if you wanted to take more time, you could add your whole beard. It's just not worth the time on the video. Alright, so let's see what that looks like. We can do some tweaking, but to figure out what this is going to look like, I'm just going to change the opacity here back up to 100%. Alright, it's looking better, but we got some issues with the mouth. So what I'm going to do is go back up to this layer and switch this so that the white, what that's going to do is add back the orange. Maybe make my brush a little smaller. And all these places we're seeing like the checkered deleted background, I'm going to add the orange back to it. I like to have my brush, over here's where you change the size, but I like to not have it very hard when I'm doing most of this stuff, so I've got it back there at 28%. That makes the brush softer around the edges. Alright, so that is certainly not perfect, but it looks pretty good. It's pretty funny. It's definitely Facebook or Twitter worthy. I'm sure your parents will be proud of you if you show them what you learned today. Yeah, let me go over how to save and export for people that might not really know. And on Photoshop, actually, it's both under Save As. So you want to save it once as a Photoshop file. This will save all the individual layers and it'll let you go back and edit it later. The bad thing about a Photoshop file is you can't open it up in any other program. At least not many other programs. So you couldn't put a Photoshop file on Facebook. If you sent a Photoshop file to your friend who didn't have Photoshop, they couldn't see the image. But you do want to save it on your computer because it'll let you go back and edit it. It'll save it in all these different layers. So I'll just save it on the desktop. I'll save it as orange face. Alright, now to export it, you're still going to use Save As, but this format, you can drop that down, save it to a JPEG, and this is going to combine all these layers to create one new image with one layer. But this will allow you to see it on your phone, to put it on Facebook, to send it to a friend. You can open up this kind of file format basically with any electronic device that has a screen. Alright, so you can name it the same thing, just .jpg. Save. It'll ask you how big you want it. Sometimes if you were going to email this and you couldn't send it like a large file, you might want to decrease the quality, but unless you need it to be small to send an email or something, I usually just go ahead and use the largest file size and click OK. And that's the file that you want to use to put on Facebook or send to your friends. Once you've done that, you are finished. So it's not too difficult, it doesn't take that long. And you end up with something really funny. Let me see if I can figure out how to stop this video. Quick time. Stop.